Hello friends, I'm Professor Vidyadhar Sagar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patel College of Engineering. Today we are going to be see lecture number 3 on engineering metallurgy subject. So let's start the lecture. So today we are going to see the next topic, crystallography. Basically, in previous some lectures we have covered the classification of material science. Then we have seen the definition of material science, definition of engineering metallurgy, and the difference between metals and non-metals. Also, we have seen the different mechanical properties of metal. Then after this topic, the crystallography is very important topic as far as crystallography is a microscopic study of materials. So there are two type of studies we can consider for the material studies in material science is that microscopic study and macroscopic study. So the macroscopic study is being carried out on the basis of physical, chemical and mechanical properties. Those properties that we can be visualized with the help of our naked eyes, that properties we called as macroscopic studies. And obviously the physical properties, chemical properties and mechanical properties I can observed and visualized with the help of our naked eyes. But in case of microscopic studies, the atoms, molecules, atomic structure, lattice structure, crystalline structure is not visible through naked eyes. That structure should have to be studied with the help of microscopic study in case of material science. So the crystallography is nothing but a microscopic study of materials. So the microscopic study of material being carried out under the four heads. That four heads is atoms, unit cell, space lattice and crystal structure. Basically these are all are the components of a crystallography, and these are the four components of also a microscopic study. So first of all we should have to be know about what is atom and how it should be treated in a crystallography as a spherical geometrical entity. If the atoms are considered in crystallography, the atoms are considered as a sphere with having a small r radius, and that spherical geometrical entity can be visualized, and crystallography is a very important entity, a very important component of crystallography. Now, second important component of a crystallography, the number of atoms form a unit cell by a systematic, sequential or random arrangement of it. What is the sequential random arrangement or sequential arrangement of atom is that atoms should have to be arranged in sequential manner, randomly manner, to form a particular structure. That structure we called as a unit cell. A unit cell is a combination of number of atoms as we have seen in diagram. So the unit cell is a combination of number of atoms, right? Then next component is a space lattice. Space lattice is a combination of number of unit cell, and these number of unit cell form a complete chain of atoms, and that complete chain of atom will further form into a crystalline structure. That crystalline structure we can be visualized with the help of that presentation. Here the crystalline structure is given as a body centered cubic hexagonal closed pack simple cubic crystal structure, then face centered cubic crystal structure. So all these type of crystal structures is given over here. So the most important basic component of the crystallography is atom. Second most base component which is formed due to the number of atom is unit cell, and the third most component of the crystallography is space lattice, which is formed due to the number of unit cell arranged in a sequential or systematic manner, and due to the space lattice different type of crystal structures will form. That crystal structure is shown over here. So let's see, the next topic is polymorphism. Now, what is a polymorphism? Polymorphism is a phenomena. That phenomena is related to the study of material with having a same composition but different crystal structures. Right? Now, why the different crystal structures are formed in the materials which having a same composition? The cause is due to the high pressure and high temperature acting on it. For example, the coal. Coal is formed due to the sedimentation of lakhs of years of the biological things, and the coal get formed due to the huge load of earthen materials on it for a lakhs of years, and due to the huge temperature inside the earth, it get converted into the coal. But the coal having a different categories and types. These coal categories having same type of composition of carbon, but their crystalline structure is different. That's why the different types of coal, different specific category of coal is available in different region of the world, right? So this is one of the phenomena which is causes due to the high pressure and high temperature with the material. The material form with the same composition with the different crystal structures. So, what is polymorph? Polymorph is the that materials which having a same composition but two or more type of crystal structures. Getting me or not? The materials who having a same composition but different crystal structure, that is polymorphs. Always keep in your mind. Then allotropes, that what is allotropes? Allotropes is related to the term with the metals and their alloys. So it is the metals and their alloys having same composition but having a different crystal structures are called allotropes, right? So what are the different type of crystal structure that we have to be studied in crystallography? Is that simple cubic crystal structure as shown in figure, that 8 number of atoms occupied on each corner of a unit cell, right? In body centered cubic crystal structure, the 8 number of atoms occupied at each corner of a unit cell, but one atom is lies at the center of a unit cell. Likewise, face centered cubic crystal structure, 8 number of atoms occupied at each corner of a cubical structure, and one atom each occupied at the face of the face centered cubic crystal structure. Same as in hexagonal closed crystal structure, where the 12 number of atoms are occupied at each corner of hexagonal crystal structure, and 3 number of atoms are occupied inside the center, and 2 number of atoms are occupied at the faces. So in next lecture we will see how to calculate the average number of atoms occupied inside a simple cubic crystal structure, then body centered cubic crystal structure and face centered cubic crystal structure, as well as hexagonal closed crystal structure, and we'll try to find out atomic packing factor in coming some lectures. So thank you very much. Bye, and see you in next lecture. Thank you.